things from getting too complicated here. But there is a point where simple turns into somewhat limited. You can already see this happening in the Anzu app, where you can customize the buttons, and then you get a few options for sound EQ, all of which don't really change the sound experience much at all. And after all of the praise that you just heard me give Razer for their specific design choices, I will admit that the design in general might not entice many of you who want their unique glasses to look unique too. I mean, it's all black everything, no matter what version of the glasses you get, and even then it's this glossy plastic. That said, I don't have really any doubts about the build quality of the Razer Anzu. In fact, these glasses are one of the few to have an IPX4 rating, so that they will work just fine even under sweaty conditions in the gym. But like other smart glasses, if you don't like the look, it just doesn't matter what they can do because they won't make it onto your face in the first place. And that's kind of a shame because audio glasses are honestly pretty damn fun and convenient. It's important to remember that sound quality will never be as good as something that you put over or in your ears, but then again, I don't think any of these glasses are trying to replicate that. The drivers blur out of the speakers which are pointed downward to your ears, making personal audio find a kind of middle ground between the loudspeaker on your phone and the earbud that is digging into your ear. The sound is loud enough and decent enough to work for specific genres of content. I found them best with spoken word content like podcasts and audiobooks, so whenever I'm out and about and I want to have some audio in the background, it's always at the ready. To that end, video and voice calls are great on the Anzu because if someone calls, it's just a matter of picking up and talking naturally. The audio coming to me is good for conversations, and the microphones in the temples do a good job of capturing my voice for whoever is on the other line. And in all of these scenarios, you can keep your environmental awareness because this is about as open as a pair of open headphones can get. Indeed, the best way of looking at, or rather listening to, the Razer Anzu is to compare it to your smartphone speaker. You won't get the booming bass because the drivers aren't in your ears, but it will be loud enough for you to enjoy the usual content you might have coming out of your phone's speakers anyway. That's why the focus on gaming makes a lot of sense, because if you're like me and you play Wild Rift or other mobile games often without headphones, you're just playing like this, now that audio doesn't have to bother anybody else and it's more or less just for me. Think of all the content you might generally consume in this very method, and the Razer Anzu will just make that experience more personal and honestly easier to access because the glasses are already on your head anyway, ready to play the audio. Now, admittedly,